You are listening to the sounds of a lost legion. It's a chilling, eerie experience to hear these sounds and wonder what it would have been like to be there. What did they see? What did they hear? And what finally led them to that desperate, hopeless situation where all they could do was huddle together and die? This is the story of one of Rome's greatest disasters, a disaster so humiliating that for centuries afterwards, Roman commanders refused to march into Germania. This is the story of when legionnaires heard death. The year is 09 AD. Location is the Teutoburg Forest in what is today Germany. The people are the 3rd and 4th legions of the Roman Empire, along with 3 auxiliary battalions. They number some 20,000 men, and their leader is the recently appointed governor of Germania, Publius Quintilius Varus. Varus has big plans for the Germanic people. He wants to bring them all under the banner of Rome and force them to pay tribute. In fact, he believes the Germanic people will welcome him as a liberator from the tyrant king Marabad. But almost immediately upon his arrival, he learns that the Germanic people hate him and want him dead. In fact, an assassination squad has already been sent out to find him. And though he escapes, he knows he has to get out of the forest fast. He needs to get to a place called Aspipolagum, where his cavalry is waiting to escort him back to safety. He starts off with a small detachment of troops, just a few hundred men, and then sends the rest of his forces ahead of him to follow once he gives the signal. As he moves through the forest, he ignores the many ambushes set up by the Germanic people, and he eventually reaches Aspalium with only 60 men. From there, he sends messengers ahead to warn the other legions to come and get him. But before they can arrive, another messenger arrives. It's one of the men that was with Varus at the beginning, and he brings news that the Germanic people have killed 3 of his companions and that they are preparing to attack again. And this time, it seems, they will not miss. Varus now realizes he made a terrible mistake. He should never have come to this forest. And if he is going to survive, he needs to get out right now. So he takes all of his men and runs. He runs as hard as he can, deeper and deeper into the forest. But then suddenly, disaster strikes. His leg is broken, and he falls down right in front of the Germanic people. They rush in to finish him off, and soon he is dead. The next day, the other Roman legions arrive, and they hear the chilling tale of what happened to Varus and his men. They also hear something else, the distant sound of drums. And as the legions move closer to the source of the sound, they see something that makes their blood run cold. It's the largest battle formation they have ever seen, and it is made entirely of Germanic warriors. Realizing that they are hopelessly outnumbered, the Romans retreat back to their camp. But as they go, they hear more drums, and they see more warriors. It is a massacre. Men are thrown off their horses and trampled by the stampede of Germanic warriors. Others are hacked to pieces with swords and spears. Still, others are burned alive in their tents. Within hours, the entire Roman force is wiped out. Not a single man survives. And as the Germanic warriors leave the forest, they take with them the severed heads of the Roman soldiers. These are placed on poles and left to rot. And the message is clear: Rome will never invade Germania again. Rome did invade Germania again, but after centuries of fighting, they had gained little ground and suffered countless defeats. Eventually, the Emperor Hadrian decided enough was enough, and the legions were pulled out of Germania. To watch our full video on this, check the details below. Rome would go on to conquer most of Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, but they never forgot the humiliation of the Teutoburg Forest. For centuries, Roman commanders refused to set foot in Germania, and the ghosts of the Teutoburg Forest became a symbol of death and destruction for the Roman army. But those Germaniacs didn't stop them from trying.